Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video, I am doing my weekly update for this past week and going to talk about everything that I am reading and did read during the week. So it's still been a little slow going. I have a bit more of an update than I did in the last one. But the first thing to mention is I'm still reading The Curse of the Mist Wreath by Janny Wirtz, book 1 in Wars of Light and Shadow. I'm just nearly halfway done. I'm a little bit to go left before I get to half done, but I'm just nearly half done with it, and I'm definitely enjoying it so far. It is the prose is very dense, which I was expecting with it for Janny Wirtz, and specifically this series as well. And it's a little bit slow getting all this set up, but it seems like there's a lot going on and a lot being set up, and I'm still very, very invested in it up to this point. I really need to get through and read it quicker. It's just one of those books that I'm enjoying it, but it naturally, the way it's written, it makes you read it a little bit slower. So I'm still getting there on it, but I am making progress. And I'm doing audio for it, but on the reread for The Fires of Heaven, which is the June book in the Great Wizardly Duo Wheel of Time reread, I am just like this close to being done. I was trying to finish it before I filmed this, but I have like an hour or so, I think, left of the audiobook at this point, so nearly done. So I'll have a video soon, a kind of spoiler discussion for Fires to Heaven coming up here soon, like I've been doing for each one of the Wheel of Time books, because this is definitely one where things are a bit different in this book than they have been up to this point, so lots to talk about with that one. Now, if you happened to see the live stream I did for 1,000 subscribers and beyond at the exact right time, we were talking about DNFs, and I teased that I had a very fast, almost maybe new record DNF for a book, which unfortunately was Mystic by Jason Denzel. So I've commented before, this is from the guy who created Dragonmount, which is a Wheel of Time for him, and I used to be on back in the day. And so I'd always meant to read this, and then I got, I think, the first and second book on Book Outlet at some point, and I'm like, oh, that's cool, so I meant to try it. Now, that was why I was interested. I'd never really read the back of the book. I didn't really know the premise of the book, and so when I start this, I quickly realized this isn't going to be for me. So it seems to be, I'm guessing Irish, although there were a few things that felt like they could have been like Scottish or Welsh, but it seems like kind of like, it's almost like in an Irish fairy tale type of setting. But we have our teenage girl protagonist who's whiny because she's the commoner, but she wants to be special. But wait, she is special, and she's called to be the apprentice for the magic users, even though the commoners can't normally do that. But the nobles are not happy because she shouldn't, because she's a no-good commoner. And I got to that point, I'm like, nah, I'm done. This is not for me. It just felt like an extremely YA premise, and some of the prose was just kind of strange as well. Not necessarily bad, but like I said, just kind of strange with some of the word choices and the way things were phrased. It just did not work for me. So unfortunately, I DNF this one. I'm going to unhaul both of the books I have. The good news is that frees up some space for shelves, so silver lining. And then next up, and I've not read a ton, I am a little over 60 pages into Long Wreath by Daniel Barnett. This was one of my BookTube spin picks, and I might finish this one by the end of the month. I definitely won't get to the other one too, because I've got some other stuff to catch up on, and mood reading ended up slowing me down with some of my buddy reads. But I wanted to just kind of try out something a little bit different, just as kind of a filler, because I'm reading my really dense book, and then I had my Wheel of Time audio, and I'm like, I want to throw something else in just for a little bit of change. Originally it was going to be Mystic, and then I ended up doing this because it's very different. And so far it seems pretty good. I'd heard there's a lot of weird sexual content in this recently from somebody who finished it, so don't imagine I'm going to enjoy that part of it. It's not something I really like to read, but so far it's setting up the characters and the setting, which is very important for this book, are being set up really well, and definitely have that Daniel Barnett feel that I think worked really, really well in the Nightmareland Chronicles. So I'm interested to see where it goes, and hopefully the good will outweigh the weird sex scene stuff that I've been told to expect. So just not something that I particularly like to read. So that's kind of where I'm at. I mentioned I have some other things I specifically need to get to. Namely, I did not read Fool's Quest last month, and I was planning to read Fool's Quest last month, but I wanted to start Curse of the Mistwraith, and I ended up then stopping Curse of the Mistwraith because then I realized, I'm like, oh shoot, I still need to read In the Shadow of Lightning, so I've been kind of like jumping back in, and it's made me go even slower than I would have otherwise for Curse of the Mistwraith, but it also means I do need to read Fool's Quest and Assassin's Fate this month, which are two pretty beefy Robin Hobb books. I'm planning on just doing them back to back here pretty soon, but I need to get to those. The other BookTube spin pick that I probably won't end up getting to right away is The Dragon Waiting by John Ford, which I still want to read at some point. And then I do have one other review copy, which is Wildcat by J.P. Harker that I was sent. That was the last one I received, and so that's why I worked on doing them in the order received. And so I still need to get to that one as well. So a lot of stuff definitely going to spill over into next month. I didn't technically have a TBR, and I have been just kind of letting myself read other things, which has still been nice, but leave it to me to find a way to still get behind somehow on mood reading. So however that makes sense. We were talking about that on the live show recently too, and it sounds like I'm not the only one who feels this way, so it kind of makes sense. But that's really what I have with this weekly update for you. So let me know your thoughts on any of the things I'm reading, or anything what are you reading right now, and anything that you're excited to get to also. Always happy to see what's going on with other people and what they're reading, so definitely let me know in the comments. Make sure to give the video a like if you enjoyed it. Check the link in the description, as always, for the Wizardly Duo Discord. If you want to chat these books, other books, really anything at all, it's a lot of fun. We would love to have you. And of course, if you enjoy my content, make sure to subscribe.